Good morning, Rabbi Sai. I'll start off with this because this gives me a lot of hana. This is a list of 18 satellite MDY locations throughout Eretz Yisrael. 18. So even all these places from Bet Chilkia, Beitar Illit, Givat Ze'ev, Telstone, Givat Tayim, Achisamach, Modin, Petach Tikva, Charish, Tveria. Where do you have Gilo? Gilo, yeah. In Yerushalayim, there's seven places in the around Yerushalayim. Be'ezer Hashem, coming one day to the United States and the UK and other places as well. Over here, watch this year together. MDY Night Seder, 9 to 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday in Jackson, New Jersey. Night Seder starting tomorrow night and Tuesday. This Tuesday, we are relaunching MDY Night Seder at 759 Gale Chambers Road. We Baruch Hashem had 3 to 4 people nightly and working on more. So the Olam in Lakewood, come on, Ariel, and all those guys that came to Tom's River House that day. Go over there to be mechazik, even if you don't want to. Just go, be mechazik. Aboisai, we have a winner for the weekly raffle. Yosef Dachvash, how do you pronounce that in Hebrew? Huh? Dachvash? Dachvash. $1,000, an Israeli one, because I just announced that it's for Israelis as well. All you need to do is go to mdyraffle.com. Aboisai, it's easy to win $1,000. If I would have inserted my dapim, I would have been 10% of all the dapim. That it's only, I want to say 350 daf chazara. So you have, if you do 4 hours a week chazara, you have a 10% chance of winning $1,000. Right now, it's easy money. Jump in there. Only 80 people were part of it, and let's grow this. It's geschmack. My son Elio Shatzkis, 13 years old, watching this shir at the dentist this morning. Thank you. I want to confess to the Olam. I had a little nefila during Ben Azmanim in the Shnai Mikra. But I remember this because one of the first people here in the shir was Rabbi Naftali Rishel, sitting right over there. And after 6-7 years, he's making a comeback. You could always make a comeback. It doesn't matter how long you fall and how long you fall for. He's the CPA that looks like Mamish, one of the G'dolei Rosh Hashivas. Yeah. Anyways, welcome back. I hope you make it more than 2-3 days and you stay with us for more than 2 years. And Be'ez Hashem, I'll be back on the bandwagon. It all started from Matas Maseh. That was my downfall. It was like two very long parshias, and as I was like flying, and the Targum, I did the Shnai Mikra, I didn't do the Targum. Benny knows what I'm talking about. I fell, but you got to start where it is.
Shalom. Rabbi Shalom Toivotis, and I stand by your shir, and I also listen to your shir every morning. Rabbi Stefansky.
Okay, gewaldig. As you always said, the biggest gift one can give you is bringing more people to the shir. I decided last night to donate 13 Gemaras from Masechtas Zvachim, free Gemara campaign. Your Talmud Arnov, he was here, no, the other day. Who?
The Mari son-in-law.
The Kitzer, 13 Gemaras, beautiful. Thank you. Every Gemara counts. And Be'ezer Hashem, Mendy says we have to make a massive campaign to get people who never learn kachim, all these yeshiva guys, a lot of people go through life without even opening up zvachim and achas. And Yonatan Eitan is here, boy Yisai, Yonatan Eitan. I just finished watching this year live. I grew up not keeping kosher at all and regularly went hunting with my father. I can tell you from extensive personal experience that squirrel meat is truly delicious. If they weren't so cute and people didn't associate them with eating backyard waste, they would be serving squirrel in gourmet treif restaurants. Hope this helps, LOL. Ephraim Sherman. And as a matter of fact, somebody sent in, just from July 25th, 2025, 19 good ways to cook a squirrel. Serious? No, they're serious. You're laughing. People eat it. I had a few employees. The guy that killed my thing was Mexican, but white guy in the whole, they're eating it. It's geschmack, they told me.
a little gamey.
They said it's mamish gewalt. Out of here. Rebelli, I'm still on a high from my first live share at MDY. I can highly recommend it for any MDY visiting Eretz Yisrael, and it's going straight to the top of my must-do list for my next trip to Eretz Yisrael. Yirmez Hashem. The enthusiasm in the room was electric, and everyone was so warm and welcoming that it truly felt like coming home to family. Finally, my cousin Ari Davis sponsoring breakfast in my honor was the maraschino. Oh, the maraschino cherry on top. I got it. Of the scrumptious ice cream sundae of your incredible Geshmak Daf Yomi shir. I'm already looking forward to my next time at MDY. Your devoted talents in Soita, Dr. Meir Wickler. Mamash, the youngest 78-year-old. What's your names over there?
David and Bolt.
Don't tell me from England again. What's going on here with the English guys? Every day you gotta raid this place. What's going on? Because we used to have Lakewood now. Where in England? Manchester. Shalom Aleichem, guys. Welcome. What's noch? We have the Hasses again. Shalom Aleichem. You're not new. Do we have any? Are you new? No. That's it. You're new. A little bit. What's your name? Diefman. Shalom Aleichem from Ramat Shemesh. Also Manchester. You're the guy that gave the speech? No way. Get over here. Come here. No way. The boy grew up. How many years ago was that? 3? Come here. Shalom Aleichem. It was an amazing speech you gave, huh? One of the best. Did you give a better speech since then? Yeah. That was your highlight. MDY, you want to give a speech now? No, you're good. So, do you do MDY shtickle?
Yeah, more or less.
More or less. Is it the
more?
It's the more? Wow, you know this guy? He's famous. Okay. Shkoya, thanks for coming. I did it with your uncle. He's always get over him. You know what I'm saying. All right, we have to do the sponsors, then we'll jump into the daf. The Masechta is sponsored by David Salomon, dedicated in memory of Avi Moiri, Reb Shmuel Baruch ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Dov, Zechron Levracha. He wrote to me that it's the Pro 2, it's not any of the cheap stuff. He wanted to tell me that he's giving the best earbuds, and he's up to 6 guys already. Reb Shmuel Baruch, huh?
I'm sorry, I was cautious.
Yeah, no, you can't be cautious. The guy from E-Copier. Shmuel Baruch ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Dov, and he happens to be our first official corporate sponsor. It's a different level of sponsorship, and you should koyach. You should be the nachshoin. Other people should follow. The second sponsored anonymous. Hatzlacha Bruchnis of Agashmis L'Schus Achenu B'nei Yisrael. Anonymous, may our learning be a shield of protection and a source of unity and blessing of Am Yisrael. Amen. Joel Gedalius, the Nishmas, my father Jack. I'll tell you what he told me yesterday. It's something that's been churning in my head for a long time, and I discussed it a bunch of times. But maybe somebody could come up with a great answer. Maybe no, I'm fixed. He's like, men go to shul, I'm adding this. We have a chabura. We do Daf Yomi. Women, where do they get their hashkafa from? Where do they get the Torah from? Where do they get the halacha from? From what they learned in seminary 20 years ago. He wants somehow to do some Yomi for them, a shir every day that all women come and every monthly sponsors TCS Israel, powered by Talk and Say, anonymous Rabush Leiba, Sarah Bat Mudaram, and Shir Bat Sarah. Dr. Avram Epstein and his wife Rivka, who despise that comment. Refuah Shleima for Shoshana Bas Rezel, Yitzi Halnder in honor of our new granddaughter Yakira. Right, Dr. Epstein? Maskim. Anonymous, the whole Klal Yisrael should have a good gebench Yor Amen. Daily spots is Moshe and Daniel Stam. Lina Nishmas, our mother, Chanari, what? You know that?
Stam.
You know?
I don't know.
Maybe not. Okay, Stam said. It's not Stam. Chana Rezel Basra Yechiel on her second. How many times has he heard that in his life? Lakewood MDY ambassador in honor of Mark Ashkenazi, Nishmas Reb Chaim ben Reb Elazar Ashkenazi. The Neshama should have an aliyah. Lakewood MDY. Listen, whoever you are, Lakewood MDY ambassador, you better be there at Jackson tonight and every night until there's 10 people and you're able to leave there feeling that the place is up and running. Josh Dreads, in honor of Dov Harrison. Josh Dreadz, in honor of Dov Harrison and NY London for their Hachnosas Orchim. Simply amazing, and thank you. Rabbi Isai, if the Oila wants to go on a vacation, stop bothering Mark Ashkenazi, go to England and go hang out He's right. But Dov Harris set him up. Go to Dov Harris. Stop bothering Mark Ashkenazi. Stop hacking. Dov Harris, you Seder. You're off the hook. Monthly. Refuah Shleima. Yehonatan Eitan. Rabbi says he's here in the room. Yehonatan Eitan ben Basheva Brachel. Refuah Shleima. Amen. Refuah Shleima Mordechai ben Esther. Refuah Hayeled Daniel Zev ben Hayeled Esther. Givaldik. So here we are. The Shabbaton. Oh, we're still looking for some Geshmaka sponsors. Even $1, even $5,000. The schus, the big siyum of Seder Nezikin. It's not Pashat. Seder Nezikin seemed the official MDY siyum, Seder Nezikin in the hotel. Siyum on Avodah Zarah. And half of Horius, the kids are a few days before the end of Nezikin. Be the sponsor. Make 160 couples. Help them reach a tremendous Ruchnius high. What else do I need to say about the Shabbaton? Anything else? It's mamish coming up, a week and a half. Givaldik. Okay. Omarova. 4 lines from the bottom of Samches Amud Beis. Hilchasa. The halacha is Noisen Tam Livgam Mutar. If food that's not kosher ruins the food by you introducing a dead mouse into the beer, into the wine, you're ruining the flavor of the wine, then it's mutter. Even though it's treif, the food is mutter. The only time the Torah says you're not allowed to have not treif food in your food is when it enhances the food, not when it what's the opposite of enhance? Dehance it. Detriment it. When it's detrimental. Don't let a Panovitcher make up new words in English, please. I have no clue. What's the pshat of Rav? Rav Gadol Adar in Bavel, and he's paskening that wine. Oh, we had beer. You're right, beer. Here we go. Bad. You see, it's nice and time of gam. It's no good. That part, okay. I don't know why he said that a mouse in the beer is asur. It should be mutter, because nice and tam of gam, mutter. Oh, perhaps he holds that it asers it against the halacha. And we don't pass him like that. Perhaps he says, no, bad flavor is mutter. So then why is a dead mouse in beer asur? It's like a worm in tequila, a mouse in beer. Maybe it enhances it. Who knows? That'll be the next thing that they'll start selling. So says the Gemara, if that's the case, what if a mouse falls into vinegar? Vinegar is much sharper. So perhaps, even according to Rav that says that the mouse enhances the wine, perhaps he'll agree that it doesn't enhance the vinegar, which is very similar to wine. It comes from wine. Nevertheless, then beer, you're right, beer. Nevertheless, I keep saying wine, nevertheless, it should be mutter. We have a problem with what you're saying, because there's a Maisa Shahoya with Rav Kahana. Also Rav Kahana, and Rav Kahana said that you're not allowed to drink the vinegar, even though it's very strong. Don't bring a raya from that story. Over there, the mouse disintegrated into the beer, into the vinegar. And the Rishonim say this only occurs with shrotzim, doesn't really happen with like beef, like strong meat. But a mouse could, shrotzim, a sheretz could break up into small pieces. And if you eat an adasha of a mouse here, if you remember Yossi Klein and the Tumah video, that was, you even said, Yossi Klein and maybe we should lower the volume over here. Here comes Yossi Klein. And if he touches the mouse, he turns red. Why? A kadash of a mouse. He's holding a kadash. Kadash is a lentil.
The mouse is not dead.
No, but he's holding a lentil. Here, let me show you. He's holding this lentil, you see? The mouse is holding a kadash of a dead mouse. a dead mouse is mitama b'chadasha, and also if you eat it, it's the isser of eating is also b'chadasha, both. So I don't know if the oil, of course, the oil remembers Snowfrost here in Eretz Yisrael, something like that. This company where Sunfrost, people found like a head of a snake, a frog, a little bit of a mouse inside the frozen vegetables. Remember here in Eretz Yisrael? There was they even made a joke out of it. Here, this is what it looks like. So it says like Chadash, Hafta'a b'chol arizah. There's a surprise in every bag. Collect the whole tavus. Okay, anyway, so no, there's such a thing. So
That's why I don't eat vegetables.
no, people called up. There was a whole thing where people called up and said it should at least say on the thing sari or something, you know.
Only if it's kosher.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a Taisus over here. Taisus says, how do we eat honey? In the actual honey, there's some legs. Taisus is an unbelievable thing. Did you know this? Are you allowed to eat the bones of a donkey? The bones of a horse bone. Says Taisus, look what I underlined here. Lakach nirler in time the valley ragli is very keen in underline. That some is ba'almaninu mutarim. Bones are mutter. The legs of a bee is like a bone, and that's mutter.
Wood. The Shulchan says it's like wood.
Yeah. There's a famous Evan Ezra. They asked him, "What about a dead fly? Found a dead fly in my honey. What's the halacha?" So he did this thing over here. Pirashnu rafton shebedvash nizbar v'nisraf, and it could be read in all different ways. If you do pirashnu, look at the left bottom corner. Palindrome. You could do the pay pirashnu in the left corner, up and down, and then rafton in all sorts of ways. And every word is also what is it called? Palindrome.
Not a palindrome is back and forth. It's far.
This is a 3D palindrome. It's a little different.
It's above the acrostic.
Whoa! You got to bow to him now. You got to give it. You got to. Peretz Chaim Levine. What is it called? Grastic. You know who's screaming at the screen right now watching this? Fischel. Fischel for sure. It's like shite them. Took them 30 seconds to come up with that word. Anyway, what does it say here? Pirashnu. I already explained Rafton, this fly that loves eating everything, goes everywhere. Shebedvash, and the honey, Nizbar v'nisraf, the honey disintegrates it becomes nothing. Says the Gemara, Ravina Savar l'shari b'mea v'chad. 3 lines from the top. So we saw this thing yesterday, did we? Not really. Here's a new shear. You know, the flavor of the mouse is so strong. So we're not going to go with the 1 in 60. You're going to need 100. That means it's stronger, right? A lower number, 50, would mean it's weak. 100 means it's very strong. You need 100 times the mouse in order to cancel it. Omar, and his reasoning is like Gora mitruma. It's not worse than truma. It's not truma oila bechmemeya. Truma, in order to be mevatel truma, you need 100 times that amount. So he tells him, maybe it's like a spice. Now spice, if you take 1 teaspoon of pepper, put it into the soup, you taste it, right? How many times is the water in the soup and everything in the soup times that pepper? Hundreds. So you see that a tavlin, a spice, is much more, yet you need many more times the 1 in 100. You need 5 to 1, 500 to 1, 1,000 or whatever the shear, it's many more times as long as you can taste that spice. So perhaps the mouse should be the same thing. He just sticks in the word truma, but they explain it's not necessarily there. He just said truma because Ravinas was speaking about truma. But he says dilmaket tavlin, if you just take out the word truma, dilmaket tavlin shel gder dami, maybe it's like a spice. But he says truma, he's sticking truma. Rav Achai shir bechala bechamshin. Rav Achai says, when it comes to vinegar, in order to taste anything in vinegar is so strong that in order to taste another spice, another mouse in there, it's 1 in 50. You lower it down, it's even less than 1 in 60. 1 in 50. Rav Shmuel bereder Rav Yiko shir b'shichro b'shitin. Says 1 in 60. That's the shir we saw yesterday. V'hilchas, says the Gemara. Maybe we could remember this for life. V'hilchas saw idi v'idi b'shitin. When it's a mouse in vinegar, a mouse in beer, it's 1 in 60. V'chein kol yisurim shabbat Torah. So general rule is Nois and Tam. The shear of Nois and Tam is 1 in 60. That's all yisurim of the Torah. Says Rashi. This would be the halacha that's accepted in Klal Yisrael. The min b'shein mina. Now, when we started the sugi, everybody remembers this whole idea of this larger amount of 1 in 60 was when it's two separate things. But if it's min b'mina, how much it is, Rabbi Isai? B'mashu. Even a small amount. Chutz mechametz, he says. Avo min b'mina mikminim psachim echzik b'mashu karav. We go with even a amount. V'tayim mishum nekol yisum shvator min b'mina b'mashu. That's given that if it's the same min, it would be treif beer with kosher beer. Even a tiny amount makes it non-kosher. Kirav. Ubechametz, and chametz is a different halach as well. Gzeir shein minoi otu minoi. Fine. Brand new Mishnah. New sugya. So what's great about this Mishnah is, for us at least, it's the same story 3 times. The Mishnah repeats the same thing 3 times. The Gemara, of course, says the tzrichusa, each one has a little bit of a chiddush, great, but the idea is the same. A Jew hired a non-Jew to lift his barrels of wine, bring them from one place to another place. Now, we know there's a hechsher, and we're concerned the entire time that there's going to be yayin esach. What if the guy needs to dip out of there to daven mincha for 10 minutes? So does he have to be on his back? Does he have to watch him literally like a hawk every second? What if he went to the bathroom? What happened? We have to be choishish that during the 5-minute break he was. So says the Mishnah, yeah. If there's a chazak of mishtamer, which the Gemara is going to explain what that means, then we have no issue. Mutter. Here's the problem. If he says, listen, I'm not going to be back for 6 hours. So what's the shear? Kedei sheyishtoim. Rashi says it's a shin. It's from the lashon of shesum ha'ayin from Bilam. Sheyishtoim means to drill a hole, v'yistoim, and to seal the hole, v'yigoiv, and that it should dry out. So stam l'saber esoinayim.
Where's the drill?
I don't know. We're gonna have to. You have a drill? Gary, you have over here. You able to go over here? The problem is that I didn't try it on this. I don't know. I have a drill. Put the bit in. I didn't try it. I don't know. This might be a problem because I don't want to.
Try this at home.
Good, not coming back from that hole.
I could get injured here. It's not to die. Okay, that's good enough.
Now see, bring a new table on the plane.
Okay, we got a hole. This is made out of cheres, out of earthenware. The way they would do it, they had a cheres top, made a hole. Now the guy could drink from it. Drinks. The Jew is still at mincha. So the guy goes and takes some of this. Oh no! I made that mistake yesterday. Got to wear gloves for this. This stuff is nasty. This stuff I don't even know. I didn't try. So this yishtoim, we just did yishtoim. Oh. Now, it should be the same color, but it's a little off. When it dries, it's mamish going to be the same color. Now, of course, when the Jew comes back from Mincha, he won't notice a thing. Look how beautiful this is. He won't notice it. So Gemara discusses it. This is clay. This is called tit, and this is problematic. This, the Jew will notice, but if it's plaster, it's white on white, blends in beautifully. Okay, so let's leave this here. So what do we have here so far? Kadeshi yishtoim, drill a hole. V'yistoim, plug the hole with the material. V'yigoiv, and it needs to dry. If you can do all that, then it's a problem. Why? Because the Jew won't notice that the guy drank from it, the guy got in there and made a shtickle yayin nesach.
You know that he said he coming back, no?
No, he told him. He told him how much time. When he opens his mouth, when he disappears, the guy doesn't know. He doesn't know if he went to the bathroom, went to Mincha and Ma'ariv, went on a vacation. He doesn't know. But if he tells him, listen, I'm going for X amount of time, make sure that everything, then it's a problem. Now, the Mishnah repeats the exact same thing. Let me just show you this real quickly. Which one should I show you? This one is good. Oh. I saw this after I came up with this thing. There's no bemis. This is the plaster. This is the same color. Okay, that's that. Oh, hold on. I really did need. Fine. Hold on. Rabbi Shimon Gamliel Omer, Kadei Sheyiftach es a chavis v'yogov v'tigoiv. So this was, where's yesterday's thing? This is yesterday's, right? So he says, Rabbi Shimon Gamliel says, you take this off completely, and you put on a brand new one, like this, and then you have to seal it around. I'm not going to do it here, but you seal it over here, all around, like this. All around there's a little bit of a seal. All around here, like so, here. La la la, la la la, la la. He's putting the top back. Okay. Now, this exact same thing. Did he say it's the Saddle song? That's how you think of the Saddle song? Or just like the nigga was stuck in his head? Ay, 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 kol hashrotzim. Kol Haminiach yenoi bekorin besvina. Rabbi says the same story all over. Mamish easy for us. A person puts his wine in a wagon or in a ship. I got to tell you this Maisa Shahaya. There was a chassid that was going to his Rebbe's tish, and it was the middle of the winter and needed a good ride. So he asked the Balagol if he could go with him. So yeah, in the back of the wagon there was a bunch of barrels of wine, and he sat between the barrels of wine. I was in the middle of winter in Poland. You can imagine how cold it was, freezing cold. So in the middle of the trip, he just couldn't take it anymore. He asked the Balagol, could I have some mashke? So the guy says, sure. So he takes a cup, he drinks, and Mamish and Machaya warmed him up. And then he says, he realizes that he was sitting between all these barrels. They didn't warm him up. But when he took one cup, when he put the mashke inside of him, he internalized it. He made the Torah part of it. He didn't just drazach around and koilelim and different things where other people are learning Torah. He himself internalized it. That gave him a chiyus. Ma'aseh Shaya. The guy he puts the wine, he tells the guy, listen, here, you're on the ship, you're going, and the Jew goes in a short way. Nichnas leMedina v'rochatz mutar. By the Kapandria, if we're already talking about Kapandria, the famous halacha that if you go into Beis Medrash, you can't use it as a shortcut. I was just in Boca, beautiful shir over there, and the guy who showed me where the shir is going to take place, I asked the guy, where's the shir? He said, oh, let me take you. And he takes me right through the Beis Medrash, and there's a door right next to the Kodesh. He goes like, so I sat down. He looked like, what are you sitting? I didn't explain to him, whatever. You say a pasuk or two, and then you go weiter. That's what they say. If you have to go through, you really shouldn't go through. Nichlas leMedina v'rochatz. The guy goes to the mikvah, and it's toivel. We even have this. Oh, this is. I like this. This is, if you know what it is, because it says svina and rochatz. He gets off the svina, and the guy goes to the mikvah. So here, there's 2 cigarettes. Okay, as long as Noam is happy with this. He never laughed like that by the 3D. I don't know. So, the guy goes to the mikveh. What's the rochatz? I have to go to the mikveh. What do you mean? Mutar. The wine is good. Same case, Rabbi Isai. But if he tells him, listen, I'm going on a journey, the shear is to make a hole in the barrel, and to close it, and that it should dry up. No, crack it completely open, put a brand new cover on it, and close the cover. Third case, same exact case. You leave your worker. A lot of people have non-Jewish workers in the store. This is where we have this idea of yoytzev v'nichnas. A lot of achsherim are soymich on yoytzev v'nichnas. Not so much in Eretz Yisrael. I know they don't like. Well, no, I'm saying restaurants for sure you don't have a mashgiach tmidi yoytzev v'nichnas. Today they also have cameras. It's a little different. I thought, because I said cameras, I remember this. This is a famous one. Everybody, Mustama saw it, but you got once in a while. You have to. I didn't really ever say it in shir. Look it up. You'll see. It's one of the famous ones. A guy tried to hold up a bank, and they caught him. How did they catch him? Because he wasn't wearing a mask or anything. He came without. So when they catch him, they have it on video. He says, "I don't understand. I put lemon juice all over my face." He was convinced that if you put lemon juice on your face, you become invisible, like writing on a piece of paper, invisible. Look it up. It's one of the classics. Oh, new Maisa. Once again, the 3 things: make a hole, plug the hole, dry it out. And again, the 3rd time, get rid of the whole cover, put a new cover on, put the cement around it, let it dry. If that's how long he was away, then the barrel is also. Now, I just want to point out, because the Gemara is going to say it all the way at the end of today's daf, right over here, seems to us that this is a brand new part of the Mishnah. The Gemara just says perhaps it's a continuation of Reb Shimon Gamliel right over here. Shimon Gamliel says, and Reb Shimon Gamliel says, it's a way the Gemara gets out of something. He's eating with a guy, famous Maisa. Why not? Because Naphtali didn't hear this. So, which one?
Which one? The plane?
No. There was a Jew, I said this a few times, but it's a Geshmaka Maisa. A Jew and a guy negotiating a business deal in a kosher restaurant, and it's not going anywhere. The guy's not masking to the price, and it's the end of the meal. So the Jew gets up and does ma'am achreinim. He goes to the sink. He comes back. When he comes back, the guy says, "Okay, fine, you got it. You got a deal." So after the deal, so the Jew said, "What happened? Like, why did you?" He says, "I saw you were leaving. I saw you're out of there. So I said, I don't want to lose the deal." Meanwhile, he wasn't going anywhere. He was just washing his hands for ma'am achreinim. The Jew invites the guy to his home, and he's eating there, and on the table there's a bottle of soda. Bottle of soda, of course, your guest is going to drink from the soda. A bottle of wine, why not? It's on the table, you could drink from it. But v'logan ala dubaki. Dubaki is something maybe just l'saber sayinayim, something like this. A cupboard. This is a bottle. Now, is it normal for a guest to get up out of his seat and go into your cupboard and start looking for wine? Not so normal.
Steaks.
Oh, so that does bring up a Marid Gemaisa, one of the worst. When at the Thursday night shir, one of the times that my wife wanted to shut down the shir was some person in the neighborhood had a kid. I don't remember anymore if it was the Golds or somebody had a baby, and my wife spent a lot of time baking these fancy cookies, and she put them in a nice tray, and then she took the cellophane, whatever it's called, and then the red ribbon tied with a letter, the whole thing. She comes after the shir, somebody pops it open and takes a bunch of the cookies. She almost lost it. It was like he went to the kitchen, he got off from the table, went to the kitchen, on the counter, put aside in the corner, he decided it's for the shir also.
I apologized.
For a second, I'm like, yeah, Taka was him. So, he leaves him there. He says, listen, I got to go pray. Obviously, he's going to help himself to what's on the table. Normal people with social skills don't take stuff that's on the dulbike. You don't touch that stuff. Mutter. It's mutter. But he said, listen, make yourself at home. You know you have a guest. Here, whatever's in the kitchen, take. So sometimes they'll start going through your cupboard to see if there's a geschmack of wine. This I love. But what about the wine that's in your bedroom, in the master bedroom? And you go to my room, you know that guest. Wait a minute, maybe it's in his bedroom, and he goes through all the rooms. As I state, if they're wide open, he went into your bedroom, this Meshugana. Stumais mutarais, but you don't have to worry. If it's closed, he's not going to go into your bedroom and drill holes. And no, he'll go if he could get an easy drink, but not drill holes and start plastering stuff and hoping that it dries up real quickly. So what's the shear? Kedei sheyiftach v'yogov v'tigoiv. The shear over here is that to take off the cover, put a new cover, and seal it. Who says that shita? That's Rav Shimon Gamliel. That's Rav Gamliel. That what? Not the drilling and the covering. He says take it off completely. So it almost seems like the Mishnah at the end is going like Rav Gamliel. Not it seems like, it is Rav Gamliel. So does that mean the whole Mishnah is Rav Gamliel? Rav Shimon Gamliel. It says Rav Gamliel, no, over here somewhere. Yeah, Rav Shimon Gamliel, yeah.
Is this sheet less amount of time than the drilling?
Yes.
No, I think it's more. Yeah, you think so? It's quicker?
Drilling was not an easy thing back then.
Okay. He says it's quicker. Says the Gemara, what does it mean?
Which one's quicker?
He claims that he says Rav Shimon Gamliel is quicker. How do you know?
It's only two things.
But who told you? How do you know? You see it inside the art school? I thought it's more.
Bring a raya.
Bring the raya.
This whole thing talking about the full mission is only talking about wine, right? Not regular.
Yeah. We're talking about wine here.
The Mishnah is saying that if he stays out of his house a long time, then he has to be choishes. The guy is going to go in and open up the barrel.
Yeah. That's what it says here. Stumois, kedei shiftach v'yagav v'yitigav. The shear is the same thing. The long, the thing. Yeah. Says the Gemara, all the way in the beginning of the Mishnah, we said that if the guy is working and schlepping barrels of wine, that the shear is, as long as it takes to, the wine is kosher as long as it's b'chazaka of that it's being watched. Hey Chidami, what's the case? You have people that are working for you, chamarim they're called, and workers who are loading up tahar food. Even though you're away from them for a while, taharis of taharis. Everything is tar. He said, you go, and I'll catch up to you. Once he can no longer see them, it's already tameh. So we have two parts here. Party tells them that I'm going to catch up. The part that he doesn't say anything, and it's tar. If he doesn't say anything, tar, similar to the Mishnah. If he opens his mouth and he says, I'll catch up, then it's tameh. Ask the Gemara, Maishna Reisha, Maishna Seifa, what's the difference if he says something or not? Omar Rav Yitzchak, Reisha b'mitar chamorav u'poyolov likach. The Reisha is talking about, it's getting out of hand over here, where he takes his workers and every day he dunks them here. You'll see mamish in here. They're all amaratzim, donkey rental. Again, it's all mikveh jokes today. He makes them go to the mikveh. They're all tar. So if they're tar, then the food is tar. Oh, sorry. The tar. How come in the Sefer we say that once they don't see him, everything is tamei? Says Gemara, Ein amoritz makbid al maga chaveroi. Amoritz doesn't care if his friend come and touches. Yachi afilu reishanami. I was just going to show you this because I thought it's a beautiful thing. Look at Rebbe Bear's eyes. It's unbelievable. Every time I see this picture, it's a certain kedusha there. They say that on Friday night he wouldn't shake Bachram's hands if they didn't go to the mikveh that day, and Bachram was scared that he knew, didn't know. It's a whole fine. Yachi afilu reishanami hachi. Yachi afilu reishanami neima hachi. If so, that Amoritz doesn't care if his friend touches it, so what good is it if he puts him in the mikveh? The guy went away. Because he could come through a shortcut. You guys know, like I had it in my yeshiva. You know, I have that mashgiach guy. No, he's always like coming. We had a guy that used to peek from the windows at night and come around to this. Yeah, you ever had that? Over here, it's called in Eretz Yisrael Subara Avreichim. Just to explain, these are MDY Maratzim, right? Remember the Amaritz? So here he left the Horace Market. Oh, you mean that? No, it just says English cars. It's the cheapest one you can get in the market. So these are Taharos.
Gewalt.
Yachi Seifenami. So if the guy can come there, maybe it's a little bit too much. Yachi Seifenami. You're going a little crazy with the AI. Yachi Seifenami. So if the guy can come from a shortcut, so then, and that's why everything is tahar. We're not concerned they're going to touch it. So how come the Seifa we are concerned? He says, okay, I'll catch up with you over there. So it says, Kivin do amarlem l'chuv ani ba'achrechem somcha datayu. Because the once like we said the whole time, once he tells them that he's leaving and he gives them a hint that he's going for a while, then they feel comfortable and they're metameh. Sponsors. Turning to the Daf, Adar Global Specialist in International Financial Services. Thank you, Ariel, for changing the lashon here. I didn't even ask him. No, Bemis.
Every month we got
This is great. 5 words. Anonymous. Anonymous, in gratitude to Rebelli and MDY for promoting Achdus Yisrael and Havas Yisrael. Yishur Koyach Gadol Me'oid. Oh. Zog the Gemara. Rabbi say these are the 3 cases that we had. We had a movil, we had a guy that was hired to move his barrels. We had the case of the wagon and the ship. And the final case was a guy hired somebody in a store. But all 3 cases, the Jew disappeared for a little bit. And in all 3 cases, the Jew told him, I'm going to disappear for a little bit. And all 3 cases were the same. Either the Tanna Kamma says you make a hole and you plug the hole and it dries, or Reb Shimon Gamliel says to replace the cover and dry. So the Gemara with Tzricha, I need all 3 cases. The Tana Ovid Kechavim, if it would just say the case of the the transporter guy, the mover, he says, oh, maybe the guy's going to show up. Look, the guy's in a boat. He's going to take the boat and he's going to disappear. I said the story last night. I looked for the source. I know somebody's going to find it and send it to me, but I'm just going to try my best, because the story about Rabbi Trink, love the book about him. There's a lot of great stories in there, and I think it wasn't even the book. I think I saw this from one of the supporters of the yeshiva. Basically, there was a supporter, a great guy, and I think he says the story straight out, but I don't remember the end of it. We'll just make it up as we go. His yeshiva, what was the name of his yeshiva again? Adelphia. The dormitory burnt down. I wonder why. But anyway.
No one apologized.
So one of the Balabatim in Adelphia says, come to my house. They come to this house, they sleep there, they eat there, give them food, everything. You can imagine. What does a typical bacher do? After you give him and give him and give him, he has a karsa taiv. So what does he do into that karsa taiv? One of the guys goes into the garage and takes out this guy's fancy antique sports car. Like something really expensive, like one of these things that, it's his thing, put away, takes the keys, goes in, and goes for a joyride. Smashes the car up and parks it right back in the garage. You can imagine, this guy is furious. Like, this is, Zutayr Zuschara, this is, I give you and give you and give you, and this is how you repay me back. So he goes to this marriage and he's thinking to himself, I'm going to strangle this bacher right in front of everybody. He's like, his rage is like, he's described, I'm going to kill this guy. And then I think this is what happened. Like, he's like, but what would Rabbi Trink do? What would Rabbi Trink do? And I think he went over to him at the end and he gave him a hug and it calmed him down. But anyway, we're just thinking about it over here. Like, you never know. Like, you take the guy's boat and you're like, see you later. It's in the other by the boat. If we're already talking about Rabbi Trink, I got to say this. This is one of the classics. A bacher, he found out that he went to a movie on Friday night on Shabbos. So he walked to the theater. It took him a long time to get there, and he asked the guy. He says, "One of my students is here. Can I just go say something?" Yeah. He goes and sits down next to him and says, I thought that maybe it's a little cold outside. Maybe you need a coat. And I guess they walked back home together, and he never mentioned it, and never this. And the guy said he was never Michal Shabbos again. Okay.
This after he stole his
Huh?
This after he stole his car and drove the car to the movie.
That's what happened?
He stole Rabbi Trink's car.
He stole Rabbi Trink's car and drove to the movie. And left it there Motzei Shabbos. Okay. And for me, I think the most impressive story wasn't even about Rabbi Trink. It was one of the first stories in the book where one of the head counselors found out that a boy turned on a light on Shabbos. And he called him to the office. He's going to throw him out of camp. And at the last second he said, but wait a minute, what would Rabbi Trink do? Same thing, what would Rabbi Trink do? And he said, right, you just throwing your hands and by mistake you hit the switch and this. The kid says, yeah. He said, I knew it. And like he said, yeah, go, don't worry about it. And the kid said, he did shoot, whatever it is. I don't want to make things up, but something like that. 9 months later, he became a tremendous Baal Tshuva. Maybe it's one of these here. Somebody did this. This is Shachar. If he does this, he's doing Yain Esech. Perhaps the guy is on a wall. Good as a wall. He's mamish by the wall, and he can see me. But when you're in a store, maybe he'll lock the door. Behind the locked door, you can do whatever he wants. That's why I need 3 cases. This whole machlokes is about this. You see, it's already turning colors. This mamish, it's getting better. Eventually, when it dries up, it's going to be the same color. I could have used this one. I'm not going to open it. Okay. This one is mamish. Here, it's the same color. Yeah. So, machlokes b'shel sid. The whole machlokes is in plaster. This kind of clay over here. Divrei akol k'dei shiftach v'yogo v'yigo. If you need to switch out the whole barrel because it's so obvious that it's a different color, the Jew will chop right away. One of the things that drives me crazy as a construction guy, when I drive by here and there's a stroll in a building, but especially in America when they do an expansion, they add another floor, right? and they always try to match the brick, but it's impossible. How are you going to match a 20-year-old brick to a brand new brick? And it looks terrible, always. Whatever it is, just the Eitz Taiva, just don't try to match. Put a line, do something else. Put I don't know what, a different material. Here it is, you see brand new white polished brick together, a 20-year-old beaten moldy brick, and no, nobody can tell that I put the stone in there. You know what I'm saying? Maskin? You can always tell, says the Gemara, you got to start fresh, brand new cover. That's the only way to do it. He tells them, I could tell that the guy plugged it off, whether I look from the top and whether I look from the bottom. If you're talking about, check this out. This looks pretty good. It's not bad. Look at this. This you could tell in a second, right? Because he doesn't have the ability to smooth it out. This is inside the barrel. So he plugs it in. What does this side look like? It looks terrible. You could tell that somebody plugged it up. Yeah? Both sides you could tell, says the Gemara, when it comes to clay. This side also. But if the whole machlokes is only with plaster, plaster has the same problem as clay. It's going to be uneven. But plaster is so nice, it's the same color, blends right in. Says the Gemara, what's going on here? He just asked Rabbanon. He was asking them. This is what he said. If you're talking about clay, I could tell, anybody looking at this could tell that there was a plug job. Whether you look on the top, the inside is much easier. Top also is very noticeable. If you're talking about plaster, you tell me that it looks beautiful on top, but the Jew could look inside and tell that there's a plug. What's the answer to that, Rabbi Isai? Why in the world would the Jew open up all his barrels? He has 30 barrels. He's going to stop undoing all the barrels and looking to see if there's a plug? What? It's his natural thing. He comes in, sees everything looks decent, and he realizes there's no guy nesaf. He's not going to start. He goes to Mincha. Every time he comes back from Mincha, he says to open up barrels. Once on the top, it looks nice and smooth. Why should he even suspect? Thank you, and flip it over and check it out. You know what I mean? Also, zivin in the cholim, sometimes you get lucky and this side comes out nice and smooth as well, and that's why it's not a right from there. Omar Rav, halacha Reb Shimon Gamliel, the halacha is, like Reb Shimon Gamliel, that what? You have to give it, it's enough time. Mendy says, I hope he's right. It's the opposite. Okay, so, like I said in the beginning. Okay, that what Reb Shimon Gamliel says, you get enough time to switch out the whole top, especially in the video where the guy knocked it with the hammer and he did that. That's a lot of clay, a lot of this. So it's longer. You hear? It's longer. Because the Mishnah says like Reb Shimon Gamliel. How do we see it in the Mishnah? The Snan. This is our Richos, and we don't even. This is Mamsha Freebie. What does it say in our Mishnah? Amud Aleph. He was eating a meal with him, and he left the bottles on the table. Duplicate bottles in the cupboard. And he went out to Mincha. Whatever's on the table, he's going to drink from. So it's also yain esach. Whatever's in the closet, he's not sugar, and he's not going to go into the closet. But if you told him, help yourself, even whatever's in the cupboard, on the cupboard, whatever it is over there, it's aser. Chaviz psuchos. What about the barrels in his bedroom? Asuros. If they're open, aser. Stumos. But if they're closed, mutaros. And what's the shear? Not the original shear of making a hole, plugging and drying, but the shear of Reb Shimon Gamliel, which is to create a brand new cover to seal it and let it dry. Says Gemara Pshita, isn't that obvious? So we go back to the Mishnah. Here's the Mishnah. Whoever doesn't want to look here on the screen. Period. Even the Mesivta put a period there. I didn't add this. No, this is Barilan. We learned it as a brand new thing. The Gemara says no. Maybe Hayoy Chalim Yishal is a continuation of Rav Shimon Gamliel. So don't bring me a raya. Oh, the halacha is like Rav Shimon Gamliel, because look, the Mishnah brings a halacha like Rav Shimon. It's Rav Shimon Gamliel talking. He's the one that says it's not enough to put a cover. It's not the Mishnah. It's not Rebbe that wrote it. It's Rav Shimon Gamliel talking. Kamash Malon. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at mdydaf.com.